guys, in this video I'm going to be telling you about how to prepare for graduate school admissions. Recently I've had a lot of people contact me about how to prepare for their graduate school admissions or for their postgraduate admissions, and in this video we're going to be digging deep into the process, so stay tuned. So in preparing for your graduate school admissions, the first thing for you to know is you need to figure out what kind of program you need to go for. So you need to answer these questions. Where do I see myself in 5-10 years from now? What kind of things do I feel fulfilled about? And what would I enjoy doing? These questions would help you to figure out the right program for you. So you shouldn't choose your program based on, oh, my friend is studying masters in this, because of that I want to do this. My friend is in a PhD in that, because of that I want to do that. No, you should be able to figure out what kind of programs or trainings you want to undergo depending on where you see yourself in the nearest future and what you will enjoy doing. This will help you and guide you towards choosing the right program for your future career. So once you've done this, you need to then figure out what type of schools you want to apply to, and that will depend on the country you want to go to, or the country you are situated at, or the states you would like to live in. And then you start your school search. So as you're going through different universities or reading through their website, aside looking out for your program, one important thing to look out for is the research areas. So for instance, you want to do a research-based master's program or you want to do a PhD program, you should read through their research areas and try to figure out if it's an area you would like to pursue or not. That could help you to pick out the ones you want to choose at the end of the day. Another important thing to consider is, do they have funding? So if you're the type that your parents can finance your graduate studies, then you might not need to bother about the funding information. But if you know that you would need help and it would be beneficial for you to have a scholarship or an assistantship, it is essential that you read about the funding information and you consider that when making your choice. So once you've figured out all this, you then start preparing for the application process. One thing I tell my mentees is that whenever it's time for you to choose your schools, choose schools that have funding for the program you're going for, because graduate school is really expensive. And if you can have a school that would offer you an assistantship, or a program that will offer you an assistantship or a scholarship, that will be very beneficial to you. So once you've chosen your schools or you've selected your schools, you start preparing for your application process and you start getting ready your CV, your personal statement. I have a video on how to write an effective personal statement on our YouTube channel, so please check that out. It's really, really very helpful. And aside writing your personal statement and your CV, you also need to start preparing for your standardized exams. So for instance, some schools in the United States require you to write a GRE, and some other schools will require you to write an English language exam, depending on, or an English proficiency exam, depending on your country of origin or the school's policy. So ensure that you read that information and you start preparing for those exams. And also ensure that you submit your applications on time. One thing people don't know is that a lot of schools start reviewing applications before the deadline, and sometimes if you apply very late, they might not consider you for that particular cohort, because they've gotten the number of people they want for that program, for that particular section or that semester. So it is essential that you submit your applications on time and you start the whole process on time. I advise my mentees to do that at least 1 month before the application deadline, so that the application will be considered for that particular section or that particular semester. So once you've gotten all your application materials, you also need recommendation letters. So ensure that you contact your previous teachers or lecturers to write you recommendations, and for them to also submit it on time, because if they don't submit the recommendation letters on time, your application packet is not complete and it's not going to be reviewed. So once all this is ready, you submit your application, you pay your application fee, and then you wait for you to hear back from the school. I also advise that you should follow up regarding your application 6 to 8 weeks after the application deadline, because firstly, it's a good way to show that you are interested in their program or in their school or in the institution. And aside from that, it also would help you to like stay on track regarding things if they need more like documents or information from you. And they would also be able to put you through some other things that are involved regarding them selecting, or the other phases you need to prepare for. For some programs, you will need to do an interview, so at that time they might inform you about it. So it's good that you follow up regarding your application process. And lastly, and most importantly, ensure that you pray and put everything in God's hands, because God's favor is important through this process and even through everything in life. Thank you for watching, and don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel and ensure you're following us on all our social media platforms. Thank you so much and have a great week. Bye.